Hi folks, Curse of the Polish Geek, and welcome to another nature adventure video. And I am in Assisi, Italy, which is the town of St. Francis of Assisi. So yes, welcome to another nature adventure video, and this is gonna be the very first nature adventure video not to take place in either Poland, France, or the United States, because I've browsed through my nature adventure videos and noticed that vast majority of them do happen to take place either in Poland, France, or the United States. But this one instead is in the beautiful nation of Italy. Like 2 months ago, I believe, I've done a top 5 best entertainment themed around Italy, although that video sadly wasn't very popular. Oh well. But if I knew I was gonna do this Italian trip, I probably would do this video a little later, like around that time after I come back. But well, as I said, the video sadly was not as popular as I hoped it would be. But yes, I'm in Assisi, Italy, and I'm about to go down into the woods and mountains, which is where St. Francis frequently prayed. Because after all, he's a patron saint of animals and the environment. This is the beautiful town of Assisi, and you can see sticking out there a basilica where St. Francis of Assisi is actually buried, and this is the whole town of Assisi. It will take a little bit of climbing to get there, but this is just something I had to show you. I will actually show you the basilica of St. Francis when I get up there close. I probably won't be able to show you the inside for legal reasons, but yes, when I get right next to the basilica of St. Francis, I'm totally showing it to you. Now look at those beautiful trees. I presume somewhere there is this forest where St. Francis of will go, where we'll be going actually. And by the way, now you can see the Basilica of St. Francis much closer, but we're actually gonna see that after the nature adventure. Look, a lizard. A lizard. Love lizards. It went inside. Well, this is the church where St. Francis was baptized, as well as where he prayed frequently. That's not the main basilica of Assisi where he's actually buried. That one I will show you later, but it's also too important not to show you. Though I won't be able to show you the inside for legal reasons. Well, we are kind of living Assisi. I mean, living the town, not the actual place, but living the town part of the Assisi, and instead going into the more natural part, which is somewhere there where St. Francis prayed in nature. Let's go there. Well, now the trail actually starts. Let's go. Wow, that view is just so amazing. Awesome, fresh water. Let's drink from that. Let's keep going. And yes, I didn't actually say it, but this is actually one of those hikes that I'm doing for the very first time in my life ever. But it's so excellent, and it's pretty challenging too, climbing on top of this mountain, but really excellent. Let's go that way now. And wow, look at that beautiful view. You can see the whole Italian countryside from up here. This is so stunning and amazing. Wow. Let's go further up. As I said, this is a really challenging hike, but really excellent so far. And look at that, you can see a lot more of the Italian countryside from down here. Let's keep going up, there's still some way up. This is tiring, but it's excellent. It says happy pilgrimage here. And wow, it seems like it's starting to get to flatten. So let's go. Do we go there or there? Yep, that's where we're going, that way. It's gonna be much easier now. But you can still see a beautiful view of the Italian countryside from the bottom. Now we have a little bit of a road we have to get through, but we are getting there. And look, we can still look at the beautiful view at the Italian countryside, and now here the beautiful view of a forest. And there we are, although it does say we gotta be quiet, so let's do our best to be quiet. But you can already see a statue of Saint Francis of Assisi. Silence, it says we gotta be silent. And there we are. Although not sure if for legal reasons I could be able to show you the inside of that place, of that sanctuary. And there we are. This is the shrine where Saint Francis of Assisi has been praying and meditating. We're here finally. And now I'm on the top of the shrine of Saint Francis, but unfortunately, as I already said, for legal reasons, I wasn't able to show you much of the inside of the shrine. But trust me, it was really fascinating. And if you ever plan to do a trip to Italy, I very much recommend Assisi and the shrine of Saint Francis. Well, that was really fascinating. So now let's hike down, but it's gonna be much easier hiking down than hiking up. Yup, let's hike down to Assisi now. Going down. Okay guys, so that concludes another video in the Nature Adventure series, or more like the Nature Adventure part of it, because the actual video is still not yet over, because now I'm going to the Basilica of Saint Francis of Assisi. I mean the Basilica where he's actually buried, and show you that Basilica, although I probably won't be able to film the inside due to legal reasons, but I just gotta show you that beautiful, beautiful Basilica of Saint Francis. Like, this is not something to be missed. And one more thing about that hike. Yes, as I already said during the hike, this is one of those hikes that was going in completely blind, because I never done it before. But it was really excellent. Once again, the Basilica where Saint Francis was baptized and frequently prayed. But now I'll let you get a little bit of the feel of the overall Assisi town. See? Very much classical medieval Italian town. Beautiful. See? Town of Assisi. With also plenty of narrow alleyways like you'd expect. Well, that's the Saint Francis of Assisi Basilica from up close. And although for legal reasons I likely won't be able to show you the inside of the Basilica, but I'm about to go in, and wow, what a beautiful Basilica it is. Seen so many online images of that Basilica, but this is the first time I'm ever seeing it in real life, and wow, it's so much more beautiful in real life than ever on any picture online. And apparently this Basilica was actually built 2 years after the death of Saint Francis, but he is buried here. So yes, time to get inside. But again, for legal reasons, I won't be able to show you the inside of this beautiful, majestic Basilica. Now time for some delicious lunch in the form of the local Tuscan version of lasagna. Well, and that concludes our video for real now, because soon I'm going back to Poland, but this Italian trip was just so amazing. I'm actually going to Venezia for just 2 more days, but I will likely not show you anything from there. So yes, that concludes another nature adventure video. And actually, this whole video as a whole, because this Italian trip, as I just said, was so excellent. And I really love Assisi. Never been to Assisi before, but I really love it. And one more thing, this is the room of the apartment I'm staying. I really love it. It's almost like, kind of like a monastery, actually. So Italian. I love it. And one more thing I want to tell you about is, besides the Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi, I also seen of another church where this boy, Carlo Augustus, is buried. Like, this boy died in 2006 of leukemia, but he became a saint in like 2020, but he died at the age of 15, and he's a patron saint. Carlo Augustus, he's a patron saint of the internet and of gamers, because he really loved video games. But that's really tragic and sad. So I got this prayer to him, actually, because I said there's also a church where he's buried, and I just had to give a shout out to him as well in this video. But again, that concludes this whole video, and the trip to Assisi and to Gentianu Terme was just excellent, and looking forward to Venezia. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out this video. Press the like button, please subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you very soon in another video. Talk to you then, bye.